Hello, Eagles fans. Michael Barkann, Ron Jaworski on Nissan In-Game Live. Jaws, let me see, 24-14. What a barn burner, my friend.
And it's only halftime.
Yeah, it's only halftime.
Right?
And I was a little concerned after that opening drive by Detroit that, maybe we overpromised and underdelivered on this team. You know how we are in Philadelphia. And then they kind of settled down and got back. What'd you make of the team offensively, the Eagles?
Well, clearly on the Eagles' offensive drive to start the game, they were terrible. Basically, Jalen Hurts was running for his life. In fact, he's been running for his life the whole first half. I mean, he's been carrying the team offensively. He made some terrific throws, but I do not like to see our quarterback running as much as he is, taking the hits that he's taking. But, they've calmed down a little bit. The Eagles' defense woke up, started getting some stops, turnovers, and building that 24-14 lead.
What do you think the issue was defensively on that first drive?
Normally when you look at the first preseason game, these guys haven't had the contact, and I'm not a big advocate of that. I like some preseason contact, and sleepwalking is a word you use, and I would agree with that. They just got blown off the ball on the Lions' first drive. The Lions had 77 yards rushing on that first drive. They had to overcome a penalty. It was a 75-yard drive, but 77 really was rushing yardage, and the Eagles' defense just wasn't there. But they did settle down. You got to give Jonathan Gannon some credit. They made some adjustments. And, what did we talk about in the pregame? How about some blitzes, Jonathan?
Yeah.
They were like Buddy Ryan blitzes and Jim Johnson blitzes. They're all very productive. So I applaud Jonathan Gannon for picking up the blitz tempo, and they really knocked Jared Goff off his spot.
They did. And not to sound like a homer, but I'm going to say it anyway. Detroit's got a team. I mean, they're just on hard knocks. They were on hard times last year, and they really want to make up for that. So you're expecting them to give you the kitchen sink.
Yeah, clearly a much improved Detroit Lions football team. We all watch the Hard Knock segments and realize, the kind of coach Dan Campbell is. They want to build what I would call a throwback team. They want to be physical. They want to be violent, and they're playing that kind of game. But you got to take care of the football. Jared Goff makes a bad decision throwing the football into really double coverage. Kazir White makes a great, just a great play at batting the ball up in the air, and Bradbury, two new guys, nice combination. Yeah. Thank you, Howie. Those guys then end up making big plays in their first game as Eagles. So you got to give Howie some credit there. But clearly, when you look at Detroit, they're getting better, but they're not on the same playing field as the Eagles are right now.
No, and you can tell that. And Ray Bradbury was always a good read, and James Bradbury made a good read. Oh, how do you like that?
Oh, okay. You got the A game, Michael.
Let's go take it. I'm with the A-list guy. All right, how about this? Sanders and Gainwell, 8 carries for 44 yards. And I don't know if you expected more than that or less than that. So many plays appeared to be broken plays, if you will, where Jalen Hurts was taking the ball, and he's averaging almost 7 yards per carry in 10 rushes. But you want to see more runs from the running game?
No question. I mean, just think back to last year when we dominated Detroit Lions. We dominated with the running game. In fact, in that game a year ago, I went back earlier this week and studied the tape of that game, and it was a one back, 3 tight end formation. So it was smash mouth football. It was road grader football, and the Eagles went up and down the field. I think they probably anticipated a little defensive look, and they got some defensive looks. Early in the game, Detroit was doing a lot of blitzing, loading up the line of scrimmage with success. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts started scooting outside the pocket, and he took the Detroit Lions out of what they wanted to do with his running ability.
However, it's by any means necessary, and if he wins it, but with his legs, I don't want him getting beat up. But I understand the guy's got speed.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
I tell people, I did this for 17 years as a player. When defensive guys get you, they're not taught to, hey, wrap him on gently and laying him on the ground. That's not what they teach you. They tell you, bend his face mask, bust his sternum, crack his ribs. That's what they're trying to do when the quarterback is running. So that's what I worry about Jalen Hurts. He's taking a lot of hits today.
How many fingers do I have?
2.
Very good.
It's always 2.
Lastly, when you talk about Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, we saw how thrilled they were when A.J. Brown signed with the Eagles, or was traded to the Eagles, and they made good on that, at least in that 54-yard bomb. How special was that? And Will Harris, the defender, looked like he was beaten up trying to take down A.J. Brown. What a thrill.
That play literally epitomized what A.J. Brown is going to bring to this football team. He is big. He is strong. He's going to get those 50-50 balls. And when you watch early in that route, he was, jostling a little bit with the corner. But once he got over the top of him, he slowed down. So the cornerback had to tailgate him and not go through him to get the football. That is smart, astute route running. Those are the nuances that he brings to this offense. Yeah, it's a 50-50 ball, but he made the 50-50 in favor of him.
So expectations now for the second half with the Birds, I won't say clinging, but they have a 10-point lead on the Detroit Lions.
And the football coming out. You know,
Mhm.
you end it with a field goal, which is nice, and all of a sudden you come back and get to score a touchdown coming out the second half.
I like it. Remember, clock hits 0 after the game concludes. Jaws, Barrett Brooks, Reuben Frank, John Clark out in Detroit. We've got Eagles post-game live for you. We can't wait to talk about Eagles win number 1. You know, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
of
well,
course.
fingers across, feet
Yeah,
across, toes
everything.
across.
My
We're
eyes
going to
are
get the
crossed.
win, though. We're going to
All
get
right.
the win.
We'll see you then.